What's up everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm really excited to show you what's in my bag for the 2021 season, but first off I gotta give a big shout out to Plastic Addicts. They offered me a street team spot for their company and of course I took it. But it's my first sponsorship and I'm super excited. They actually gave me a couple discs that I'm bagging and they're really fun to throw, so I can't wait to show you them. So first I'm gonna get into what type of bag I'm using. I used to use a Dynamic Discs one and that one was kind of awkward on my back, but I didn't really have the money to get a newer one until recently. I got a Grip BX2. It's really nice. It doesn't feel too heavy on my back and I can use it for multiple rounds in one day because of that lightweight. So I'm gonna get into my putters now. I'm throwing the Bro D Roaches. I prefer the Bro D ones because of the way they feel. But lately he released a stock one, which kind of feels the same. But I've been putting with these since the beginning, so I like to keep these going. Next, my putters that I throw off the tee. I've got two ringers. I bought one of the new 2021 Ledgestone ones. They feel amazing. I throw this thing all the time now. But I still have this 2015 Ledgestone one that I really haven't thrown too much, but I just love it for the Anheuser putts and, like I said, throwing it off the tee. Alright, another putter I throw off the tee sometimes is my Habit from Plastic Addicts. It's pretty understable for me when I throw it, so I can flip it really easily. So that's kind of what I like about it the most, besides the ringer, because they don't flip for me as easily. Alright, next, another putter that I love to throw, approach disc. Everyone has them, the Zone. It's a new 2021 one, and oh my gosh, it feels amazing. But this thing, if you ever need a trusty disc, this is the one to get. Overstable, right to the basket, aim a little right, perfect. So next I'll get into my mid-ranges. My overstable mid-range I like to bag is the Malta. I got a nice first run here. I've been throwing this since last summer. It feels good, there's a lot of grip to it, and when I throw it, sometimes I can flip it over, but it's always gonna end left for me, so it's really nice understable disc in my bag. Overstable. Whoa. Here's the understable. I got a Comet from the 2015 Ledgestone that me and my friend found at Northwoods Park. And ever since I've been throwing it, it's just flipped for me every time, and it's perfect for those nice shots you want to bend to the right. So my last mid-range in my bag is, of course, the trusty Buzz, Discraft's like best-selling disc. This is actually in 2021 Tour Series one. I liked the grip on it, so I changed up from my Bro D one that I had. And ever since then, man, I can really rip this. It feels really good, and I feel like I can get more distance on my shots. All right, fairway drivers. So I use fairway drivers a lot in my bag because I have a lot of different types. So first is my understable one. I throw a Mantis Big Z. Feels really nice. I used to have an ESP Mantis, but it didn't flip over a little bit like I wanted it to, so I had to switch to this one, and it flips over perfect. So I've had this since, it was one of my last tournaments last year that I got this, but I've been throwing it all throughout the winter, and I feel really good with it for this season. All right, next is my 5x TI Undertaker. Beautiful disc. I haven't thrown this one too much. This one's kind of overstable for me, just a little bit, but it's more stable than anything. I can't really get good rips yet with it, but I'm still trying to work it out. I like it in my bag though. Next, I've got the trusty Onyx. I used to bag a Vulture, and I lost it in a lake. So I switched to this Onyx, and it flies the same for me with even better glide. I know the Vulture, sometimes I could throw it low, and it would still come up and go straight for me. But this, oh man, I feel like I never throw this low. I feel like I throw this perfect every time. It's amazing. So next, I got my trusty, dusty Ulibarri 2020 Tour Series Raptor. This thing, if you've never thrown one of these things, one, a Raptor is amazing, but if you've never thrown like this Z Plastic from the 2020 Tour Series discs, you need to find some. They are insane. Oh my God. I can throw this on any angle I want forehand, and it'll just flex back perfectly for me for the birdie every time. All right. That's all my fairways. So now I'm going to go into my distance drivers, and I have a lot, just like I have the fairways. So first I'll go with my understable. I got two Hades in here, both prototype. This one's way more beat in than this one, but so I can flip this one a lot, like hard right out of my hand. I gotta hyzer it like this so it doesn't flip way too much. But this one I can barely hyzer it and it'll flip right to flat for me. This one I use for my turnover shots way more than I use this one. I barely throw this one in my bag, but I have it in there just in case. Next is my Nuke SS. This one is really stable, you know, super stable, but I like to turn this over just a little bit for those far straight shots. It really never misses. If you haven't thrown a Nuke SS, definitely go grab one. This one's super nice. And shout out to Plastic Addict because this is where I bought it, and it's got a nice little money stamp on it. All right, I've got my 5x Force, little party time clause there. It's Z Paul McBeth. This thing, I mean, it does the same thing that my Raptor does for me. I mean, it's not as overstable as that, but it does the same thing, but it's going to give me a faster speed, so I kind of like that for those long shots that I need to flex out. All right, next is my Zeus that I've actually been throwing. This is the one disc I have in my bag that I've been throwing since day one. The first day I ever started playing disc golf, I bought this from Plastic Addicts, and I've been throwing it ever since. It's beat in perfectly. I can throw those nice long straight shots just like my Nuke SS, but honestly, I don't have the heart to take it out of my bag. All right, last disc is my Plastic Addicts First Run Intervention. Honestly, it flies the same as my Zeus and my Nuke SS, but the black and gray ones, that line that they produced, they're more understable, because usually this would be an overstable disc in anyone's bag, but these darker ones are more understable than anything. So if I don't need it to flip as much as the Hades, but I need it to flip a little more than the Nuke SS, I'm always grabbing this one. Go to Plastic Addicts if you need this, for sure. That's going to do it for this year's In the Bag. Thank you for checking out the channel, and thank you to Plastic Addicts again for the sponsorship. I'm really excited to be a part of your street team, and I hope to make you guys proud in my first tournament on March 27th here at Wildlife Prairie Park. Keep a lookout for more videos on my channel. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the notifications. I'll see you next time, guys.